Jai Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Ram. Jai Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Ram. Jai Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Ram. Jai Krishna 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 Hare Ram.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण everyone. So today is Wednesday. It is 1st of November. It is Kartika Masa, Damodara Masa. And it is a Krishna Paksha. And it's a day today. So there are no experiments. It is one vegan day. So that is no experiments. So we shall quickly enter into Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Sutta Goswami is saying that Parikshit, he is speaking to Kali Purusha. Also, after Kali Purusha has taken shelter of the lotus feet of Parikshit Maharaj. So, Patitam Padayoho Viraha Krupaya Dhenavatsalaha Saranyo Anavadit Slokya Ahacha Idam Hasanyava. So, Parikshit Maharaj is Viraha Krupaya Dhenavatsalaha Saranyo. So, these are his qualities, and he started speaking with a gentle smile to Kali Purusha. With the compassion, because he has already taken shelter of Parikshit. So now today, Parikshit Maharaj is going to speak to Kali Purusha. So what he is going to say? O Kali Purusha, so in this kingdom, I am the descendant of Arjuna and all the Pandavas. So we have inherited the fame of Arjuna. Now you have taken shelter of me. So whoever taken shelter of these Pandavas in dynasty, they do not have to fear even a little bit. Even slightly also, they do not have to fear. But you cannot live in my kingdom. In whatever that means, so you cannot live in my kingdom. Because you are the source of irreligion. You are the source of irreligion. So likewise, Parikshit Maharaj is going to speak to Kali Purusha. So we are in the first canto, chapter 17, verse number 31. Nate Gudakesha Yashodharanam Bhaddhanjale Vai Bhayamasti Kinchet Navattitavyam Bhavata Katanchana Kshetre Madhye Tvam Adharma Bandhuhu Nate Gudakesha Yashodharanam. So here he is saying, Nate Gudakesha Yashodharanam Baddhanjale Vai Bhayamasti Kinchet Na Bhayamasti Kinchet. So na is mentioned in the before, and Bhayamasti is mentioned in the at the end. So you do not have to worry about, because Te Gudakesha Yashodharanam. So here Gudakesha Yashodharanam. Gudakesha is Arjuna, who has conquered the sleep. Gudakesha Yashodharanam, and we have inherited his fame on this planet. Yashodharanam. Baddhanjale vai bhayamasti kinchet. Baddhanjale vai, because you have taken shelter of me with your folded hands. Bhayamasti kinchet, because with your fear that I am going to kill you. So because of that, you are folding your hands and taken shelter of me. So nate gudakesha yashodharanam baddhanjale vai bhayamasti kinchet. Navatitam bhavata katanchana na vatitavyam. You cannot live in my kingdom. Bhavata katanchana, O you Kalipurusha, in whatever the way, it by all means, you cannot live in this kingdom. Kshetre madiye, in my kingdom. Kshetre madiye, tvam adharma bandhunaha, because you are the friend of irreligion. You are the source of irreligion. So likewise, Parikshit is saying to Kalipurusha, why he is not allowed, even though he is just forgiven, but at the same time, he cannot live because he is the source of irreligion. Nate gudakesh ishwadharana baddhanjalirvai bhayamasti kinchit na vattitavyam bhavata katanchana kshetre madiye tvam adharma bandhuhu. So translation for this verse is, the king thus said, we have inherited the fame of Arjuna. Therefore, since you have surrendered yourself with folded hands, you need not fear for your life. But you cannot remain in my kingdom, for you are the friend of irreligion. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The personality of Kali, who is the friend of all kinds of irreligiosities, may be excused if he surrenders, but in all circumstances, he cannot be allowed to live as a citizen in any part of a welfare state. The Pandavas were entrusted representatives of the personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, who practically brought into being the battle of Kurukshetra, but not for any personal interest. He wanted an ideal king like Maharaj Yudhishthira and his descendants like Maharaja Parikshit to rule the world. And therefore, a responsible king like Maharaja Parikshit could not allow the friend of irreligiosity to flourish in his kingdom at the cost of the good fame of the Pandavas. That is the way of wiping out corruption in the state, and not otherwise. The friends of irreligiosity should be banished from the state, and that will save the state from corruption. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So in this verse, here Parikshit is mentioning Gudakesha. So Gudakesha is the Arjuna. Even Arjuna, for example, in the pastimes of Krishna and Arjuna, when they were just burning the Kandava forest to fulfill the desire of Agnideva, at that time there is a Mayasura. He came and take the shelter of Arjuna. Even though Krishna wanted to kill Mayasura, at that time Arjuna, he protected. He just gave his word that I would protect you. Because of that, he was saved. Even though Krishna desire was to kill him, but because Arjuna gave protection, he was not killed. So because Arjuna, so he always stick on to his words. And if we see the past times in the Kurukshetra battle, I would enter into the fire if we do not kill Jayadratha, because he was the cause for my son's death. So he make a vow and he was entering into the fire when he was not able to do it. At the time Krishna saved. So whatever Arjuna was able to give his word, he does it. And similarly, when Arjuna has given a vow to fulfill the desire of Brahmana to protect his children in the Dwaraka city, so in the Krishna's kingdom itself. At that time also, he was about to enter into the fire, and again Krishna came and protected. So here, what we see, Arjuna's fame, whatever he gave his words, he would fulfill. And who have taken the shelter of the Pandavas. Pandavas are always very compassionate for the surrendered souls. They are not envious of anyone. And here it is the Gudakesha Yashodharana. Their fame has been descended to the Parikshit Maharaj and in that particular dynasty. So that's why even though Kali can be excused, but he cannot stay in the kingdom. So if we just replicate within our bodily thing, so just if we reflect the similar kind of situation in our body, just consider all our unlawful desires as the Kauravas, and then Pandavas, they are the very pure, the five senses, and Krishna is the pure consciousness. And here Parikshit, who is observing like what to be done, what not to be done, and Yudhishthira is the higher, the steady intelligence. If we see, if we keep anything, meat eating, intoxication, and then illicit sex and gambling, these four activities within our body, immediately there will not be any religious principles exist. So that's why Prabhupada has given us banish all these things. So these are the restrictions. No meat eating, no illicit sex, no gambling, no intoxication. These are the rest. These are the source of the Kali Purusha. They are the Adharma Bandhuhu, Adharma Hetavaha. So that's why when we see these senses are meant only for Krishna, not for anything else, not for unlawful desires, or not to get influenced by the Kali. So we need to keep the senses very pure, clean. Tapasaucham. This is we have to Tapasaucham, Brahmacharyam, Maunam. These are the qualities one has to follow. So many other qualities also mentioned by Krishna, how one has to be cleansed in his devotional life, very pure, to keep himself pure and not to speak much. Then only when we started speaking, which is not Krishna conscious, then only one after another, it will come into our life. Okay, so that is how here Parikshit is saying saying to Kali Purusha, Kshetre Madiye. Madiye. So generally, if we see, observe, Kshetra and Madhya. Tvam Adharma Bandhuhu. So here in this context in the Bhagavatam, so Parikshit is a king and he is punishing the Kali Purusha. And similarly, Kshetre Madiye and Kshetra, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Kshetra Kshetadnyaha. And that is Madiye. It is once again in our heart also, it is, there is a different meanings also come into the picture if we see in a different angle. But here, so Parikshit is asking Kali Purusha, you are not allowed to live in my kingdom. Navatti tavyam bhavata katanchana kshetre madhye tvam adharma bandhuhu. So likewise, Parikshit is saying, Nate gudakesh yashodharanam baddhanjalirvai bhayamasti kinchid navattitavyam bhavata katanchana kshetre madhye tvam adharma bandhuhu. That is from Srimad Bhagavatam. We shall quickly enter into Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So today it is letter to Sai, October 27, 1969, date and host. Can I request dear devotees to read this letter? Any volunteer for this?
Hare Krishna, shall I, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji, unless if any other devotees are not taking part.
Okay, yeah. Anybody
So
else?
dear devotees kindly actively participate in these things. So if you have facility to
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
yes, Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna, my dear Sai, please accept my greetings. I am very glad to learn from your disciples, Srimati Govinda Dasi, that you are reading our books and literature with some interest. It has given me much satisfaction, and if you read our Srimad Bhagavatam, you will find that that is the distinction between the realization of Brahman, a Paramatma, impersonal supersoul, and the personality of Godhead. According to Srimad Bhagavatam, all of these realizations are on the transcendental plane as much as sunshine, the globe, and the predominating deity on the sun globe are all full of light and high temperatures. Similarly, either in Brahman, Paramatma, or Bhagavan, personality of Godhead. Realization, you will always find spiritual light and heat. But as there are different degrees of sunshine, the sun globe and the sun's deity, similarly there are also degrees of transcendental bliss in the different features of the Absolute. The summary is that the Absolute Truth is the sum total of eternity, bliss, and knowledge. Impersonal feature of the Absolute Truth is realizations of eternity. Localized Paramatma realization is realizations of transcendental knowledge. But above all these, as they are described in Bhagavad Gita, there is Purushottam, the Supreme Person, that is Krishna. In the Vedas, it is stated that one who has understood the Supreme Person has understood everything. This is because everything is subordinate to the Supreme Person. So if you kindly try to understand this philosophy of the Supreme Person as described in Bhagavad Gita 8th chapter, you will understand our activities more clearly. Or if you so desire, you can write to me for further understanding of this Krishna consciousness philosophy. Hare Krishna. Activities, okay. Hare Krishna. I thank you again. Or if you don't desire, you can write, okay, further understanding of this Krishna consciousness philosophy. Hare Krishna. I thank you again for your interest. Sincerely, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you so much,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Any takeaway points, Mataji, in this letter?
Just talking about only the Krishna Supreme Personality of Godhead. They talking about Brahmana, Paramatma, or Bhagavan. But the main things is like they talking about the sun, shine, how that they have different degrees, and they give the example like about you if you are it's in Bhagavad Gita in 9th chapter. He's talking about that is also can find it very clearly. Prabhu, this is very good point. Yeah, Prabhu, this is only talking about the Supreme Personality of God, the Krishna is the absolute truth. Hare Bol, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Any other comments, dear devotees? Yes, in this letter, so this is also Prabhupada is explaining about Krishna's realization. So this is Brahma Paramatma, Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavan ki Shabdhate from Srimad Bhagavatam. The Etecham Shakalaha Pumsaha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Nudayanti Yuge Yuge. So that is Krishna once again from the Srimad Bhagavatam. That is confirms, and in Bhagavad Gita Krishna says Mattah Param Nanyat Kinchidasti Dhananjaya Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo Mattah Sarvam Pravartate. So these are the statements, and also in the Vedas, in the Rig Veda, Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam Sada Pasyanti Surayah Divi Vachakshuratatam. Likewise, that is statement of Rig Veda. And also Prabhupada has mentioned different in the Brahma Samhita confirms Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. And also Krishna says Yada Paschint Yada Varnam Rukma Varnam. So this is about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also says when you see the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the Rukma Varnam, in the golden incarnation, immediately you will be relieved. Yada Paschate Rukma Varnam Kartarimisham Purusham Brahma Yonim. That is about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as well. And also here Rupa Goswami also says that Yadadvaitam Brahmopanishad Tanubha या अंतर्यामि पुरुषेति सोषांश भवहं षडैश्वर्यः पूर्णो येह भगवान् स स्वयम् अयं न चैतन्यात् कृष्णात् जगति परतत्त्वं परमिह. This Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is with all opulences, he is nothing but Krishna, and who is nothing but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Likewise, so many other literatures, everything confirms Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, and no difference between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna. So this is Atavaham Dharadami Bhutva Madbhakta Rupadru Mayayam cha Bhavishami Kalu Sankirtanagami. This is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He comes as in the form of a devotee, Mayayamcha. He is come in the very secret way. Mayamcha Bhavishami Kalu Sankirtanagami. So this is from different scriptures. It is quoted by Srila Prabhupada in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So here everything, that is, all scriptures confirms that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But people who doesn't understand this philosophy, they think just in the demigod perspective only. They think everything which cannot be perceived by their senses, they wanted to understand with their mind. They think which is not visible, everything is same. That's what they think. Okay, so here Prabhupada has given very beautiful explanations here in this letter. Okay, that is my takeaway from this letter. Thank you, Mataji. Any other comments, dear devotees?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Just not on this letter, but yeah, the name Govinda Dasi, like yesterday also we read a letter to her, Prabhupada writing. She's one day Ramnath Prabhu was sharing that she is one of Prabhupada's very most dear disciple, because, and it's only normally none of the Prabhupada books and the purpose Prabhupada has written any of his disciples' name, but like yesterday's letter and today's letter also, there's a name mention of the name Govinda Dasi. So she's the one who was able to grow Tulsi, like Tulsi Maharani in Hawaii, and from because nobody has done it before, and before that ISKCON, the movement, when it was the society was found, it was not doing very well, but after Govinda Dasi Devi, she had grown Tulsi in Hawaii, and it became quite successful. Prabhupada knew that now ISKCON would be flourishing. So I think he mentioned this point in one of the books. I don't exactly remember. Maybe we'll check with him once again. So just wanted to bring that point here. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. So that is the glorification of the Krishna and his disciples and his devotees. That is all Bhagavata. It will always be remembered in the future for coming generations. So that is connection with Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji, for bringing that point. Any other comments, dear devotees? Okay, if there are no further updates, and from the announcement point of view, so today evening we have got Kirtan evening at 8:30 p.m. So that's all coming about upcoming events. And dear devotees, if you have got anything else from the temple perspective, or you wanted to share anything on events, or you want to share anything from your side, kindly share. Okay, so if there are no further updates, then we shall conclude and continue with further japa. Vanchakalpatarubhyasya कृपा
Sakyavasyaneva Chapachinanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Ki Jai.
everyone. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta